So we finally have an answer here at this. A couple of days ago with the Season 6 update, we saw that 2 weapons from Call of Duty Vanguard were added into Warzone. Well, now we know why, and actually, you can play around with some of them right now, perhaps. So today we're going to break down everything that came as of today's surprise update, how you can end up accessing these weapons, and a couple of the cool things that come along with being able to use those weapons as of right now. But that said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys looking forward to trying out some of Vanguard's weaponry within Warzone ahead of the integration and even the official launch of Vanguard? Whatever the case may be, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's aim for 1,000 likes on this video. And of course, if you are new to the channel and want to stay up to date with all things Warzone Vanguard, we have a lot of stuff here coming up over the course of the next month, 2 months or so. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. So if you guys would like to join the community, I'd love to have you. That said, let's jump right into it. So right off the bat, our hunch was kind of correct. We talked about this a couple of days ago where the STG and the M1 Garand were both added into Warzone here. There were new filters for Vanguard only and Vanguard first in the weapon sorting. In your creator class, we saw the STG and that M1 Garand popped up. Then they were subsequently taken offline the last couple of days, but now they're available again here and actually available for you to use right now if you're far enough in the battle pass. Now, we first had that hunch that these would be pre-order bonuses, and that's something that it's not actually the case, and I'm actually pretty happy that's not the case. That allows for a lot more usability for everybody. It's not literally something that could be defined as pay to win. I haven't jumped in entirely to check out the weapons themselves and how they stack up against everything else, but that negates an aspect here of that pay to win argument because you would have to pay to pre-order the game in some capacity, but now it's available for everybody, and that being available again through your battle pass here throughout Season 6. With today's playlist update, one thing that I was really hoping for was the fix to the armory, the operators, and the other menu bugs. That doesn't seem to be fixed out just yet, but we did end up getting 24 additional tiers to our battle pass, not necessarily on top of the 100 we already have, but in conjunction with those 100 existing. So whereas previously you had multiple tiers that it was, say, unlock something for Warzone while also in Black Ops Cold War, yeah, that kind of 2-for-1 deal, it just adds 24 of those here into the mix, in which at first glance it kind of looked like it replaced some things, but if you look closely, those cards that denoted the rewards that you had beforehand, they were all for things that could be used within Warzone and Black Ops Cold War, so now they have that tag above it on that top of Black Ops/Warzone. So you didn't lose out on anything, you're just getting these additional items here with it. But the key portions of these introductions are the Bone Rattler STG blueprint at tier 24. At tier 34, you have the White Obsidian M1 Garand. Then jumping up a little bit here in that time and tier progression, you have the Warning Track STG blueprint at tier 64. And then at tier 72, the last blueprint added here with these was the Heirloom M1 Garand blueprint. Outside of that, there are another 20 items you can end up getting, including 6 total double XP tokens, 2 standard XP tokens, 2 weapon XP tokens, and then 2 new ones of operator XP tokens, which are usable within Warzone and Vanguard later this year once Vanguard is actually live. That will be able to progress your operators in that new system coming within Vanguard's launch. You have 3 calling cards, 3 sprays, 3 weapon charms, and the clocked in watch at tier 98. So you have additional items in tiers 1 to 98 across Season 6, and you can end up using them at whatever point. But of course, those big items once again come down to those weapon blueprints. The first time we can use a Vanguard weapon within Warzone, and also the first time we've ever seen this, where the upcoming game drops content early within some part of Call of Duty here already live. Now, admittedly, there are some quirks here with this where we have these 4 blueprints, but interestingly enough, you can do something that we've never seen before while also not really being able to customize your weapon all that much. So what I mean by that is that you will be able to progress your weapon through its weapon XP, rank up the weapon fully, and that actually will carry over into Call of Duty Vanguard come launch here next month. But up until that point, you will not be able to customize things that you earn throughout those weapon XP levels. So you won't be able to change the reticle here to something else different outside of these blueprints. You won't be able to use any camos you could potentially unlock along the way. That stuff is locked off and inaccessible until Vanguard's launch on November 5th, which is still kind of interesting because it's going to be integrated before the rest of the integration content comes for Warzone later on down the line. So it's definitely an interesting situation here. Just know that you can rank up your weapon, but you're going to have limited customization. So it may be beneficial, it may not be. You might not like some of these builds, you may love them. It really comes down to how these all play and how you feel with the weapons. But talking about these weapons in particular, well, this is where we're going to start to see that deviation from Warzone as we know it. Every single one of these blueprints has more than your traditional 5, so Very curious to see how this plays out, how it affects or upsets the meta at all. But the Bone Rattler STG blueprint at tier 24 has the lightweight short barrel, monocular reflector, that sort of red dot sight there, the removed stock, the fabric rear grip, the extended mags, which interestingly, these all have barrel icons now that I look at this a little bit further. It has that extended mags though, and the underbarrel of the MK6 para grip. The white Obsidian M1 Garand has the leopard brake muzzle, the Cooper 21-inch shrouded barrel, the SVT 40 PU scope 3 to 6 times optic, the padded stock, the stippled rear grip, the XXL mags, the bipod, and the on-hand weapon perk. The Warning Track STG is our first introduction here to all 10 attachments on one singular weapon build. This coming along with the Maxim silencer, marksman long barrel, long rounds ammo, the 4 to 8 times optic, the weighted stock, the Carver foregrip, the extended mags, the pine tar rear grip, and 2 perks, 1 of vital and 2 of fully loaded. I could be wrong here on this one, but given that this has the sort of makeup of a regain or even meta loadout at this point of an STG, you might see this one a little bit more than the others. But then we end up seeing the final weapon here is the heirloom M1 Garand with the Mark II stabilizer muzzle, the Cooper 25-inch custom barrel, the 3 to 6 times optic, the Cooper adjustable stock, the Carver foregrip, extended mags, the grooved rear grip, and the perk of acquisition. So personally, I'm really intrigued to see how these will play out here with this. Both weapons have a lot of kick, but playing around with both of them, they did feel quite manageable. They were something that I think you could put in your loadouts. Where they stack up in the sort of meta, I guess that's for time to tell a little bit here. The first blueprint here that I had unlocked, the STG-44 with 45 rounds in the drum mag. It's not too terrible. It's not something that I think is maybe my first option for that, given that kick, but with 45 rounds, if you've been playing around with the AK-47 builds that we've been talking about here recently, you might be used to only 45 rounds. I think that's probably the biggest system shock, is going from 60 to say 45 here in a lot of engagements. It might throw you off a little bit, but both are definitely usable. Had a blast and plunder with these, so curious to see how this will translate to BR, but for right now, absolutely excited to jump in and try these out for myself. But I think that's where I'm at here with this. That is basically everything that we have on deck and everything I wanted to talk to you about. So jump in there if you guys are far enough along in your battle pass. Try out these weapons, see how you like them, get some progress towards them so that come Vanguard, you have these already ranked up and you can just knock out camo challenges, get gold in day 1, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of time and a lot of possibilities you can play around with here. But that said, that's where we're at with this. That's what we're going to call it. So I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this? You guys excited we're seeing brand new weapons here from the upcoming game already introduced into Warzone? Do you think it's kind of tacky? Do you think it's cool? Whatever the case, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone. Vanguard coming up very, very soon here. It's coming up quickly, so if you guys are interested in any of that, hit the subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to chat with me outside of YouTube. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever the case may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.